This is the girls' first day out to free range. Hey, get out of the garage. Rhonda, out. This is the chickens' first day out of their to free range, probably in 2 weeks at least. They have barely even left their coop because they hate walking on the snow. And despite all the snow on the ground, it's actually 50 degrees out. So a lot of this is melted, but it just shows you how much snow we've gotten. But we are using this one day to do a big coop clean out before we get blasted with another round of like frigid temperatures. I think the high on Sunday is like 14 or something. So we just finished putting fresh straw. All their old stinky straw is out in the run now. I tried to cover up, hey Roro. I tried to cover up all the mud, like this was like solid mud, all of this. So to keep them from getting bumblefoot. Also, we have so much snow. I know. We had so much snow fall on our shade cloth that it actually weighed down. I don't know if you can, why not? It actually busted this support support beam. So anyways, the chickens will have a nice warm coop to go into with fresh straw before this next big cold comes. All right, this is Frankie. Frankie, say bye-bye.
Frankie's a boy name.
Frankie, well, it's short for Frankenstein because she had a near-death experience back from the dead. Hey, hello. This is one of our dumb chickens. I don't know what her name is, but she's not the most intelligent. She's a silver lace Wyandotte. I usually just call her the dumb one. Okay, this is the third attempt at starting this video. Earlier I tried to start it and my children were all awake and wanting to be an inch from my body, so that didn't really work out. And then I tried to start again and I was just rambling and all over the place, so I don't know, maybe the third time's the charm. I'm going to attempt to do a little bit of a crochet and chat while I make a jellyfish tentacle. I have gotten the market prep bug back and I am starting with jellyfish. So they're so fun to make and they sold out pretty quickly at my last market. So I have a feeling, good night. This isn't starting well with me talking and crocheting at the same time, but I have a feeling that the jellyfish will be a good seller for me again this coming year. So I'm going to work on my last of a set of 6 that I've been working on over the last few days, and then I might even show you how I do embroidered eyes while I'm working on this tentacle. Let me explain to you the wonderful weather we're having. So in the opening clip, I showed you guys me going out and having just finished cleaned out the chicken coop when it was 50 degrees. Today is Tuesday, about 4 days later from that video, and I woke up, it was -8 degrees outside. So I'm really glad I got those chicken chores done when I did. The chickens are actually happier than they were during the blizzard because there's been no new snow and the cold air doesn't bother them nearly as much as the snow bothers them. So they're doing well despite the frigid temperatures. So I thought in this video that I would show you what I'm market prepping, show you what I've made since my pattern release, and then maybe talk about a few ideas I have going in for spring markets. I am not currently signed up for a spring market. I do have my eye on one that's in April, but I would like to find one in March if possible. I have a ton of restocking to do. Like I've said in previous videos, I took a big break from doing the mass prepping after my last market, and I've got the bug again to start my restocking. And I'm starting off with jellies because they're so fun to make, and they sold out for me at my last market, so I'm hoping that they will continue to be a good seller for me. So that's what we are starting with, and I am going to show you what I have made so far as jellies go. I am all tucked into the corner of my couch here. But these are the jellies I've been working on over the past 2 days. So I have these two in the pastel pink and lavender. I think these are both Bernat baby blanket colors. And then for the tentacles, I have found that the frosting colors work great for these. I had bought this pink and purple frosting. The camera is pulling off like more yellow. I'm not sure why, but I bought this color a while ago and I was like, oh my goodness, I love that so much. And then I had no idea what to do with it. And let me tell you, jellyfish tentacles are the perfect things to make with the Bernat frosting shades. So, and variegated yarns too. So I used, I don't know what this color is. If I find it, I will put it on the screen for what frosting shade this is. And then I made all of this is Bernat blanket, by the way. Here's another frosting. I believe this one is the shade Seaside. That is what I'm working in right now. That's what you just saw me working with when I was chatting. And then I also have this variegated, I believe this is called Ocean Shades maybe, or Ocean Hues or something like that. Variegated yarns, and then this is the Bernat's Bright Purple, and this is just, I think this is just the shade blue from Bernat. But I'm trying to have a variety, if you can't tell, of eyes for my jellyfish. So I've used the standard safety eyes for these two, and then I embroidered to make them completely baby safe. I embroidered the what would you call this, like a smiling eye with eyelashes for the pink and the purple. And then I have these embroidered eyes for the blue, and then for the body of this jellyfish. Okay, for the body of this, look at this yarn. My goodness, this is going to be really fun to work with. This is a baby blanket. I believe it's Bernat Baby in some kind of teal shade, but that will be the body color for this guy. And then I will do these same embroidered eyes for him. That way there's a pair of each embroidered eyes, and I might show how I do that on camera. This pattern is from Loops and Knots Crochet. I've mentioned her several times on my channel, and I think after I'm done with jellies, I think I'm going to start restocking my axolotls, and I think I'm going to use her pattern and do a little bit smaller of an axolotl. I feel like they're popular, but I have mine for $20 in my stand, and I feel like I would sell more of them if I could lower the price point a little bit. So I sell my jellyfish for $18, and so I think if I can make a little bit smaller of an axolotl, I could sell those for $18 as well, and maybe sell more of them. But yeah, I'm gonna get the jellies done first. Okay, I am going to attempt to show you how I embroider my eyes. I have my tripod sitting in my lap, and it's very unstable. So I'm not sure how well this will work out. I have these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches apart and 2 stitches high. Okay, I think we're gonna go in right here. And I'm going to pull up quite a bit of yarn because I'm going to be overlapping in this area. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've put my yarn in over here. I'm going 2 rows up. And my son's waking up from his nap. I am going to just start looping through these 2 stitches, probably like 5 or 6 times. Okay, here is where we kind of run into a complete mess while I'm filming. As you can see, once I start pushing through here, I ended up picking up a tail from one of the tentacles that was inside the body of the jellyfish, and I tried to push it back in. I was so confused at what was happening, and I ended up having to just pull it out and trim it later. So my whole nice tutorial kind of went to crap right there, but I do end up looping through that same 2 stitches 6 times, and then here I am pulling over parallel with the top of the eye 1 stitch to kind of make that top detail over the eye. I think next time I'll probably move down 1 stitch to make it sort of not sad looking, but just to curve that top line down a little bit, to give it more, I don't know, it's kind of a cutesier look when you have the little eyelash or whatever that's supposed to be kind of turning down a bit. But here I am coming to the other side. Again, I'm just going through those 2 stitches and looping over 5 or 6 times. You go in and out the same spot. And again, there's lots of tutorials for this that are much clearer and more zoomed in and explain better on YouTube. Just search embroidered eye tutorial. But this is just how I do it. Again, here I'm coming over 1 stitch parallel to the top of the eye, coming back through the place where I entered the body, and then I pull and adjust with my fingers or the darning needle to make them even on both sides before trimming the yarn and tying things off. Okay, here I am coming through with white yarn, and I'm entering that same bottom stitch that I did with the black yarn, going back to the top and trying to push my needle down to the bottom again to come out that same stitch. It was giving me problems, as you can see here, and that often happens when you're embroidering. It seldom goes so smoothly as you want it to. But here I am. I'm going to actually loop twice. Usually I just do it once, but here I wanted to make that thicker and smoother on the outside, so I went twice with the yarn before entering through the center of the eye for the highlight, and then trying to push through on the symmetrical side on the other side. So again, there's the highlight, and there I came through that same spot on the opposite eye before then entering through the top to do the outside whites of the eyes. I don't know if I'm explaining this well at all, but oh, embroidery, it takes quite a bit of pulling and adjusting till you get them to look the same on both sides. Also, this is my first time doing a voiceover, and it was kind of rough. I recorded this like 3 different times, but here I am kind of pulling to try to make both eyes look symmetrical. Okay, obviously you can see that there's some new feet in the screen. Someone woke up from his nap, so I had to kind of rush to finish. And I've adjusted his eyes a little bit more just by taking the darning needle and pulling at the threads where I want it to be thicker. I've made them look, William, shh. I've made them look a lot more even. Oh dear, someone doesn't like that I turned the volume off. All right. We might have to come back to this. Good morning. It is Wednesday, and I did never come back and film more about my little jellies, but we are going on a field trip for our homeschooling with our homeschooling co-op today, and so I need to start getting ready for that. But before I go, I might get started on an order I got. So I am in Kansas, and so we're big Chiefs fans around here, and I just got an order for some of my Chiefs items. So the order is for my mom's friend. I'm making her 2 Andy Reid snowmen, which I have done already. Let's see if I can hold them both up here. So this is my Coach Reed snowman pattern with his little earpiece on and his mustache and glasses, signature looks. So I got these two finished, and then she also ordered 2 Patrick Mahomeses. So they're these guys that I need to start making. I typically have been doing their hair in the Michael's Home Slim with in the shade terracotta. However, I find that to be a really difficult color to get a hold of. Even though I love this color, I hate working with it. I don't like Michael's Home Slim yarn. I just don't, I find it sheds and it's not even that soft. So I don't know. Anyway, so I am trying out instead this color that was recommended from Awestruck Crochet, who I absolutely love. This is Premier Basics yarn, Chenille Brights, and it is a blanket yarn very similar to Bernat. And this color is just a little bit lighter. I'm holding my phone here, so it is a little bit lighter than the terracotta Home Slim yarn, but it's pretty similar. So I'm gonna try out my Patchix hair in this color and see if that works better. I'm also going to show you guys how I've been doing the hair for this. I want to write a pattern for Patchik, but maybe there's a better way to do the hair. I've been embroidering on the hair. I know there's such thing as a loop stitch, but when I try to go back in and do the loop stitch on this, it just is really difficult and frustrating. So I'm going to show you how I've been embroidering this hair on, and then ask if anyone has suggestions on a different way to do it, or how I would explain how I do it currently in a pattern. So anyway, I'm going to make a couple of these today. I'm going to get started. Probably not going to get a whole lot done because we have to leave here very soon, but and I'm still in my pajamas. So anyway, but I thought I'd show you those projects. My first impressions of this Premier Basics chenille yarn is muy bueno. That magic green closed like a charm, which if I was using the Michael's Home Slim, it would have broken. I would have had to redo it like 10 times. Again, this is Premier Basics chenille Brights in the color Rust, I believe is the name of this one. Yes, the color is Rust. My only complaint is it comes in a smaller size. So this comes in a 150 gram, skein, instead of a 200 gram skein like the Bernat does. It's a little bit cheaper. This was like, I don't know, $7 on Amazon. Okay. Anyway, I approve so far. Okay, it is quite a bit later in the day now. And I have one Patchik body done. As you can see, I have not embroidered his beak on, his number, his little arrowhead on his headband. But I am going to start doing the hair. And right now I've just slip stitched a very long piece of yarn to his head that I am going to be working with to embroider on his hair loops. So I'm gonna try to do this. Okay, once again, I'm filming with this on my lap, and so not the most stable, but as you can see, I have done like a round basically of these curls, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So I go in to a stitch. Here's a stitch right here. Okay, I go under both of these loops, and then as I'm pulling up, I'll stick my other finger through here to hold the shape of the loop like this. And then I kind of turn the plushie or wrap this around like you would when you tie your shoe and you pull that lace around the bunny ear. So I do that. So this piece of string is wrapped all the way around the base, and I stick it back through that loop I just made around the loop. and I pull through until I create a secure knot. And that is one loop. And I basically go through the whole head doing that. So again, here's another stitch. Okay, I put my darning needle through the stitches, or the stitch, I guess, both loops. Put my other finger while I'm pulling the yarn through till I make a finger-sized loop. I take the yarn around the base of that loop and then work it back under itself. Okay, I'm showing that. And then pull through until I create a secure knot at the base. And this is kind of how I do the hair, and then I just keep going around. But it is, once you kind of get going on it, it's not like horribly time consuming. But if there was a quicker way to do this, I'd be open to it. And also, I just find that it would be hard to explain how to do this in a pattern unless I say, make loops like you do when you're tying your shoe. Maybe I could create my own embroidery stitch called the shoelace loop. That'd be a good name for this. So again, spin it around there. Come back through that piece of yarn I just wrapped around the loop's base and pull it through till you get a knot. Kind of pull it with the other finger. And I just keep going around until I have filled his whole head with these little hair loops. Well, it's Friday and I didn't get nearly the amount of crocheting done this week that I was planning to for this video. But I did at least finish my Chiefs order. Again, my Andy Reeds I finished a few days ago, and I did finish both of my Patchicks. I adjusted this pattern a little bit by kind of flattening the rounds on the bottom so he sat without kind of rolling over, which I was running into that issue with my old pattern. I have decided that I'm definitely going to be making the swap from the Home Slim Terracotta Brown to this, was it Premier Chenille Basics yarn in the color Rust. I feel like it's a really good substitute and it's a lot more fun to work with. Plus I can just order it on Amazon and that is helpful. So got that done. I was going to show you one other make from earlier this week that I did, and it is the Snoozing Goose pattern with the flamingo mod from, oh gosh, it's like 3 different people. Crochet, and 2 other accounts. I forget the other accounts, but I've made the mallard before, and I made the penguin in this color, which is the Bernat Blanket Baby Pink. But I decided to make this one in the, what's it, Big Twist plush yarn in electric pink for the body, and I love this one so much more. I also added some of that baby pink, a couple rows of the baby pink before I went to the black for the beak. I crocheted on, I embroidered on these smiling eyelash eyes, and I also added, instead of doing slip stitches down for the legs, I did a half double crochet all the way down the legs to the bottom, just because I feel like they look a little bit more stable than the other legs just look stringy. I feel like if I just follow the slip stitching down for the pattern, these I find to be a lot better with the bigger yarn. So anyway, I got him done. I love these because they can just like rest their little head on your shoulder with their long neck. They're very snuggle friendly. I think that's the word I was trying to say. So I was planning on maybe trying some other little mini chicken patterns this week, and making some more of my little like pocket frogs, these little guys, but I just have not gotten around to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I still haven't signed up for a spring market, although when I do, I was wanting to make this rack, which I made my sports rack for my last market. I was kind of wanting to turn it into like a spring garden, and I'll just show you. So see these little shelves? I thought it would be really fun to put like that fake moss on the shelves and then fill this with all like garden patterns. Like I could do field mice, bunnies, my mushrooms, my frogs, my vegetables, and kind of make it like a spring garden setup over here, which I think would be super cute, especially if I get something, you know, in April or around Easter time. I think that would be a really fun idea, but I will let you know if that happens or if I kind of pursue that and make more spring garden type things. I'm thinking like Beatrix Potter. That's what I'm shooting for with the kind of theme I would want for this shelf. So, okay, I will let you know. That's going to be it for this video today. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm sorry about my poor quality of tutorial filming. But I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thank you. See ya. My mother-in-law let me know that it is National Squirrel Appreciation Day or something here. So here you are. I'm celebrating you, little squirrels. And the girls are celebrating that the snow is melting. It's 40 degrees out and it feels balmy. Everyone is able to get out and do a little scratching and pecking and avoid some of the snow at least. Okay, girls, say bye. See you next week.